Hello, in this video I'll be showing you how to make flowers like this, whether it be for a significant other, parent, grandparent, anyone would be happy to receive flowers like these. For supplies, you'll need paper. Now you can use any paper you like, but I am using construction paper. You'll also need a ruler, a pencil, scissors, glue, and something to wrap the paper around. You can use a pencil or a wooden stick like I have. Now these flowers are pretty versatile. You can make them just about any size you want, but for the size I've shown in this video, you're going to make 6 squares that are 6 centimeters by 6 centimeters. Now with your ruler, measure out 6 squares on your paper. Once you've marked your measurements, you're going to make sure to draw a line to connect them to make the cutting process easier later. At this point, you should be with a paper that looks something like this. This might seem a little wasteful, but for these flowers, we only need those 6 squares. You will not need these larger sections here, so we're going to want to cut those off and discard them or use them for later projects. Now carefully cut out these 6 squares. Now take one of your squares and fold it horizontally. Now open that square back up and fold it horizontally the other opposite way. Now you're going to open it up again and flip it over. Now that it's flipped, you're going to fold it diagonally against the corner. Open it back up and fold it diagonally again. Finally, open it up one more time. This is where it gets a little bit more complicated. You're going to take one of your corners and fold it in on itself like that. And now you're going to do the same fold with the corner next to the one you just folded. Now these folds are not required, but they make it easier later on when you're doing some more difficult folds. Now you are going to stick your middle finger underneath that triangle shape in the middle and put your pointer and thumb on the small triangles on the side like this. While holding the front, you are going to push in on the sides until you achieve a shape like this. I'm going to show this again. Now, you are going to take these 2 flaps and fold them against your larger triangle. Now, you are going to take one of the flaps you just folded and push it back into the larger triangle. Fold down the leftover flap, and you are done with that piece. Now go on to do that 5 more times for a total of 6 pieces. Take one piece and find this pocket-like shape inside. Now take another piece and look at this bottom side of the flap. You are going to place your glue there and stick that flap into the pocket shape. Make sure to hold tight for a few seconds to let the glue really set in and dry a little bit. Now with the rest of your pieces, you're going to want to do the same exact thing into the previous piece. At this point, this is what your paper should be looking like, with all of your pieces interlocked like this. Take a look at your pieces. You're gonna see a final flap and a final pocket. You're gonna put glue on the back of that final flap and bring it around and put it in that final pocket, making a spherical shape with your pieces. Now take a closer look at each section. You will see groups of thick paper and 2 small papers. You're going to want to focus on those small papers. Find that wooden stick and you're going to wrap that thin paper around it like this. And you're going to do that again for the other side. Now you're going to go ahead and do that for all of the sections of thin paper until your paper looks like this. Now you're going to flip your paper over and push on the bottom while pulling it apart, bringing it inside out and bringing you your final flower.